Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for Leo for April 2011. And this also applies if you have a Leo ascendant. So my Leos, this month, a great deal going on in this ninth house, all these Aries planets in the ninth house. So this is going to be a great month for anything involving travel. If you're not able to travel, it's a great month for anything international. Any kind of business you do with people internationally, any kind of cultural things that you're doing, anything involving the theatre, the arts, all of these things are especially highlighted. And also highlighted is education, learning, studying, teaching and sharing information. It's also a good time for promotion, promoting whatever it is that you do. For those of you that have been involved with anything connected with court or legal situations, you may find that they resolve this month if they've been ongoing, particularly because we've got Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde until the 23rd of this month. So usual rules with Mercury retrograde: don't start anything new, big important project new, but good time for completing old things. Don't sign contracts if you can help it, important agreements. Try to wait until that retrograde is complete before you do that. Don't buy big ticket items if you can help it during this time, because when you get them home afterwards, after the Mercury retrograde, you may find that they really weren't worth it, or you don't like them, or they don't work. That very often happens. So don't get too het up about this Mercury retrograde. It can mean a few misunderstandings, but it is making a trine to your sun. So I don't think it's the Mercury retrograde at all that's going to bother you greatly this month. But it is a good time for completing up anything that you've already put into motion. This would be a good month for it. So with so much going on in this ninth house, you may find that you have quite a spiritual awakening. An awakening, a wanting to understand philosophy, why you're here, what life is about, reading voraciously maybe, or even writing a lot. If you ever want to get published, if you ever want to get your information out there, this is the month to do it, Leos, with all these aspects in that ninth house of publishing, promotion, media, all those things fall into that ninth house. After the 23rd of the month, the 21st of the month, the sun comes into your 10th house. And this shines a light on your career, on what it is you want to do with your career, where you want to go. If you've been looking for a change in your career path, this would be a good time to do it. If you've been looking for approval or seeking promotion or something like that, that would be those 10 days of the month would be a good time for that. It's quite important that you are quite assertive. Mars is in Aries, but Venus is also in Aries this month. So it's a balance of being quite assertive and knowing what you want, and Leos for the most part, many of you do, but also softening the edges of how you communicate it, that you do it in a way that enables people to listen to what you want and also to absorb it and take it in and not rebel against you and want to fight you. One of the most important things happening this month is the fact that Neptune changes sign on the 5th of April. It's there until August of this year and then goes back into Aquarius for a few months, and then February of next year it stays in Pisces for many years to come. Neptune rules everything that is nebulous, everything that really can't be seen. It rules gases, it would rule pharmaceutical drugs, it would rule the ocean, the sea, the things underneath the sea. It would rule radiation, all these things, and it would rule confusion, lack of direction, not knowing where to go. So we've got a lot of planets in Aries which are pushing forward and want change, and then this Neptune energy that doesn't quite know what it wants once it's got these changes. So for you, this Neptune, wherever it is natally in your chart, is where you could be fooled, where you've made sacrifices. And you may have made those sacrifices quite gladly. For example, if Neptune's in your 5th house natally, you may have made sacrifices for children, for the children in your life. You may have not gone back to work, not finished your education. delayed things, had to earn lots more money and spend on those children or whatever it was, but you've made willing sacrifices. So wherever Neptune is in your chart, is you will have been fooled, no question, but you will have made sacrifices as well. So now the transit of Neptune is in your 8th house, Leos. And the 8th house, this would not be a time to borrow money from anybody else or to lend money from anybody else, because joint finances in any way are not brilliantly aspected. What this means is that there could be misunderstandings in an agreement, because Neptune for sure brings in misunderstanding. One party thinks they've said something clearly and the other party has heard something completely different. And what with Mercury retrograde until the 23rd, I'd be very careful with any kind of contracts or dealings, joint dealings with money. You may well find as well that your psychic abilities are heightened, you're more in tune, or you want to investigate this part of yourself much more and find out what it means to you in greater depth. But certainly your psychic abilities should be more highly attuned for those of you that want that. This would be a good time for it to be developed with this Neptune transit. Neptune in that house, unfortunately, will give you a tendency to really just trust people, to really trust them, and you may be disappointed with that Neptune transit. So we've still got Pluto in the 6th, so many of you are undergoing huge changes in the work area. That's a slower transformation rather than all the Aries energy, which is in the 9th house. So if you want to push forward with getting your work out there, with networking, with teaching, with sharing information, with traveling, and even with meeting somebody from abroad, this will be a month for it as well, for those of you that want to meet somebody with Venus as well, also in that house briefly. So there you have it, my Leos. I wish you a wonderful month, and I thank you very much for listening. Bye for now.